we're no stranger to the fact that we have been having a supply chain crisis, okay? And to solve the crisis, lawmakers...
I get my chains from Cuba.
What?
They always have chains in Cuba.
This is the racist stuff.
Are you doing?
I don't know where. I'm just saying. I don't know where you're getting your chains, but like, if you go to Cuba, there's no issue with supply down there.
If this is a form of racism, it's one I'm unfamiliar with, but I'm so happy to be on this journey with you. Right. So the U.S.
Where did we just go?
Tabling that, the U.S. has decided to relax laws on teens driving big rig trucks and ambulances. So my question to you guys is, all right, who do you trust less in this instance? All right, do you trust the teen ambulance driver less or the teen long haul truck driver less?
Wait, let me make sure. So they're making it the idea to solve this issue of, I guess, a shortage of drivers is they're like, let's have teenagers drive our big rigs and ambulances. That's what's happening?
Yeah, so they're basically going, all right, they're like, all right, so the kids have stopped working at McDonald's. Maybe we can entice them into like a bigger version of McDonald's. Hey, how do you feel about driving an ambulance or a big rig truck?
I don't know. I think it will definitely solve a lot of like wanderlust, that kids go through. You can just see the whole world through a big rig.
It beats train hopping, I guess, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, maybe they'll do less drugs or maybe more drugs, potentially, depending on like what kind of people they run into.
Because
maybe lots of Adderall, but like everything else might just be like,
Adderall would be
I'm just thinking about like how sheltered the TikTok generation is and just like how they're going to pick up their first hitchhiker and like a grizzled 40-year-old would be like, so you want me to suck your cock now or later? And they're going to be like, what?
On video? Yeah. It's on video.
He's going to start filming like, what's up? I'm in my big rig with my new buddy Rick, and he's like, if you want to film me sucking your cock, that's extra. And he's like, what?
Oh my God. Wasn't there like some guy like who like killed like a big rig driver in like California who was like sentenced to over 100 years for like, was it like accidental manslaughter or like what happened?
So apparently, I don't know, but allow me to...
No idea. Let me guess. Here's what
postulate.
Here's what could have happened.
I'm pretty sure he was... I don't know. I thought he was doing something.
Rick,
like,
really, don't stop. You're pretty sure you don't... What is that?
All right.
Do you know, Emil?
So you guys, all right. So you guys don't know anything about this. I know everything. I've just been putting up a front for entertainment's sake. So I just want to get everybody's kind of like everyone's raw reaction. All right. So the goal is to get 18-year-olds behind the wheel of an ambulance and behind the wheel of a big rig truck, a long haul truck. Those things when like you're driving on the fucking highway. Maybe I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna. I'm pressuring the witness. Yeah, like I want to hear you guys like initial reactions. It's just, hey, great idea, supply chain crisis, or what the fuck are you thinking?
Yeah, that's definitely what the fuck are you thinking? That's like really kids behind long. First of all, have you ever driven like one of those a vehicle with more than 4 wheels?
I'm afraid to drive a U-Haul.
Yeah,
same. No. They can't even count all the wheels.
There was like, at my apartment complex, there was a 40-year-old man who parked a U-Haul underneath a canopy at my apartment and just tore the top off.
And that was a grown adult man.
That was a grown-ass man. So I think it's safe to say that 18-year-olds might not do much better than that.
You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking of like the instances we already see, like these videos of truckers like trying to drive their trucks under like, 16-foot clearance. So like the top of their trucks like get ripped off.
Like a can
We're going to
opener.
see that's going to like those instances of that are going to be like tenfold. They're just going to be happening like every single day. Just like the tops of these trucks getting ripped off as these fucking kids like, I don't know, like try to find their playlist on Spotify.
And then there's like death. Like,
I feel like this reminds me of like I don't know, in like the 70s, we were like, fuck, like we're running out, like there's no more way to get like all of these men in the workforce to like get any more money or resources out of them. Let's just like start throwing women into the workforce. I mean, women want to be in the workforce too, whatever. Yeah, but
we deserve to be in the workforce.
It's like, yeah, they want it to be, I'm sure. But that, I don't know. Actually, I'm sure
somehow that's kind of misogynistic.
Yeah, I don't.
Somehow.
Just a touch.
Just a little.
Breezing past the problems here. I'm just saying, like, I feel like the way we overcame like exploiting the existing workforce is we're like, we'll just get women in here. We'll exploit women as well in the workforce. And now it's like, fuck, we are really running out of people to exploit. Now we're pushing down the floor. I feel like first it's the legal age for driving, then it's the legal age for consensual filmed sex. I'm talking about pornography.
What is that now?
It's 18. You gotta be 18.
I thought it was always 18.
Yeah, but this is the first step is driving. Now is the next, they're going to be like, shit, like maybe we got to get 16-year-olds on OnlyFans now. That's the only way to keep the economy going.
All right, before we get too deep, before we drive any farther down that road, like an 18-year-old long-haul trucker lost on their first excursion out of state.
Out of city. Don't give them that.
Yeah,
out of their suburban neighborhood.
I think, you know what, before I give you guys, I think they fucked up. I think if they had turned this into an identity politics things, I think if they were like, women can't drive trucks, like there would be a movement, they'd be like, let us drive the trucks. And they would be.
I feel like we can't like compare being a woman to being like
a truck driver,
an early adult. No. Is that what you're saying? Is that you're comparing like being a woman to being an 18-year-old?
No, Shay was.
I was.
Wait, now when you say no,
not in that way. Not in the way that you're making it sound.
All right. So listen, we've got our opinions. All right, and some of our opinions are kids can't drive, women aren't people. We're throwing a lot of really great ideas. Okay. So, all right. To kind of give you guys, all right. So I'm going to give you some information. Let me know if this changes your mind. Okay. So. The federal government is moving forward with a plan to let teenagers drive big rigs from state to state in a test program, all right? Currently, the truckers who cross state lines must be at least 21 years old, so it's not that much older, all right? Like, it's not like 18 to 21, yeah, we're seeing a little bump in maturity, but, like, I really wasn't that different. Like, I was still just as drunk in that 3-year gap.
I was quite different. I feel like 3 years for like a young person is a lot. And maybe you guys are so fucking old that you don't remember what that was like.
Jesus Christ, Rachel. Fuck.
I'm the youngest one here, and I certainly remember that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So and the apprenticeship, it's a hard word to say, all right? The apprenticeship
Not that hard.
program. Basically, in order to ease the supply chain backlogs, it would let 18 to 20-year-old truckers drive outside their home state. And the apprenticeship pilot program was required by Congress as part of the infrastructure bill. So it was one of those things that they snuck in. They were like, all right, if you want these benefits, you have to let children behind the wheel of these fucking trucks. And they were like, we believe, and the Democrats were, of course, like, we believe in compromise. All right, we're the party of compromise. We need to put these children behind the wheels of these fucking trucks.
So wait, so it was a Republican push thing, or was it originally a Biden thing?
You know what? This I actually don't know, but I feel very confident saying that everyone involved is bad.
Yeah,
so
fair.
Whoever they are.
I don't know. I feel like, like as I've done things in my adulthood, like send mail, which was very difficult, or like just travel in general, or like going on a plane by yourself for the first time. Like, they don't teach you these kind of things in school. If they're going to have like kids can drive across the country on
a trucker school.
They're going to have like just like a big rig trucker program like next to home ec, and they're just going to be like,
exactly. I feel like that should be.
It's going to be like trucker ROTC. Like, you can either go in and do your drill sergeants, or you can go in the big rig simulator, the next classroom over.
All right. So let me see if this changes your mind. This part right here. So under the apprenticeship, young drivers can cross state lines during 120-hour and 280-hour probationary periods, as long as an experienced driver is in the passenger seat, which begs the question, how are they going to get 2 extra drivers?
Like, what is the experience of this driver?
There's a shortage of drivers. They're like, kids can drive the trucks from state to state, provided there is another experienced trucker in the car with them.
Why can't they just have the fucking trucker, the experienced trucker, drive the truck?
That's why I'm like, who wrote this fucking bill? Like,
I don't think you know what change your mind means, Ian.
Yeah. So after the probationary period,
that's not changing my mind.
All right, well, let me finish. So after the probationary period, they can drive on their own, but companies have to monitor their performance until they're 21, which I totally trust them to do. So no more than 3,000 apprentices, fuck me, can take part in the training at any given time. So now that we know this, all right, like They're going to be monitored. They're going to be like, like little junior rides out of state while they get started. Okay. Like, little truckers. And there's going to be a big trucker in the car next to them helping them. Do we feel better about this program?
The League of Barely Legal Truckers.
I feel like
So nice.
if we're letting 18-year-olds kill civilians in third world countries, why not let them kill civilians on American highways? Just don't really see why we shouldn't. So you've changed my mind, Ian. I'm a firm yes. Thank you.
You know what? I will say one thing. I'm excited to see how this changes the infrastructure of like service stations. You know, like I feel like gone are the days of this like a service station but there's no like door and the shitter stall. There's like they're gonna be nice wooden doors everywhere. There's gonna be like
selfie stations. Ring lights in the bathrooms for your
They're gonna be
TikToking.
Buc-ee's. You guys ever went to Buc-ee's?
No.
I've gone to Buc-ee's, yeah.
That fucking one with like the giant bumblebee on it. I don't know what that is, but they have really nice bathrooms.
Busy Bee, maybe? I don't know.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm just like
Anyway.
Learn your
travel-
education.
Travel Ace, Travelers Ace. I think I'm thinking of a motel. I'm gonna Google it. You can take us away, Ian, while I do that.
Okay.